Hello, everyone.
So, okay, now we're live, and we're back again after a month of what is it, like 5 weeks of not having any streams because I've been on vacation or yeah, kind of
Yeah, you
overseas
ran
trip.
away.
Yeah, I ran away. So, but now we're back again. So,
Jeez.
so for our first, and we have a couple of viewers. So thank you to everyone who's here, and we'll see if they're more coming back. We will ease into this. What are you going to work on today?
I am working on a private project for myself.
Uh huh.
It's actually going to be the house I grew up in as a little kid. I'm working on
Okay.
it,
Awesome.
resculpting it, going to do the
Yep.
inside and outside.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all from memory. Every ounce of it is from memory. So, yeah, I might have to ping my mom and my sister and stuff to tell me a few things.
Oh, but that
But
that that's cool. Yep.
the house no longer exists, so I can't even go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So anything I'm doing,
But
if I can't remember
it's
it, I have to hunt down pictures or
yeah.
talk to my
But
mom
it's
and,
it's
you know.
great for remembrance. And
Hmm.
welcome, damn weirdo too. Awesome.
Hello, hello, everyone.
Yep.
Um,
And
so yeah, that's what I'm working on.
mm-hmm.
And I'm just doing the basic layout of the main floor right now.
Yep.
But it's weird. I can tell you almost exactly what this house looks like by detail,
Yep.
but when I go down to put it here, I have trouble. I can't
Yeah.
get my brain to put it into
It
3D
it
view.
is a
But
little bit hard, so to speak.
ooh, damn weirdos already
Awesome. Thank you,
subbings.
and welcome back, Justinius. Awesome.
Hmm.
I'm going to work today on. First, I'm going to look at my campaign map a little bit. I'm going to the goal is to export it because I've done a major overhaul of Furyundi. So I'm going to see if there is any holes to plug, so to speak, any last minute changes to it, and then I'm going to export it out, and so it will be available for everybody who wants to use my campaign version, my personal version of Meyer, so to speak. So I've done a lot of changes to, or additions, I should say, to
Hmm.
Furundi and Shieldlands. The main thing is that the two main thing is that there in my campaign there was a restructure of the provinces in or upgrade, I should say. The borders didn't change, but they were upgraded to full provincial status. They used to be baronies and viscounts and stuff. Now they're full earldoms, archbaronies, or counties, all of them. So they've been upgraded to full provincial status, which was important. And I've added baronies as sub provinces, so they're all divided into baronies and other forms of districts.
Let's see.
So
This is
so
the
so there are if we look at, for instance, the earldom of Willip, there you have the barony of Herschel, the barony of Gore, the lands of the earl, that's the earl's own lands, and barony of Litian, the barony of Keristen, and the barony of Sendrift are the different baronies of Willip and stuff. So that's basically how I divided it up. And there's a few exceptions. I've also done some heraldry for some of the baronies that are closest to Shieldlands, so Aragorn. Um, I didn't name that town is named from somewhere else, so I just have a difficult pronounce it. But I like the name. And Barony of Herschel, I've done the heraldry for that one. I've done the heraldry for Gore, and I've done the heraldry for the that's the regular Willip heraldry for the province of Willip. So and then I've done for the barony of Valur, and now I'm thinking about I need to do for a whole bunch of other ones here. I want to add the heraldry for them too. But I'm not going to sit and do that today, I think, because it's a little bit tedious to figure things out, and I need to sit and read and do a lot of things that are even more boring than watch paint dry, so to speak. So
I actually started reading the Gore the Road novels again
oh,
because I
good.
want to kind of think about how to go about mapping some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
collecting
Yep.
descriptions, and I started reading Temple of Elemental Evil novel again,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm starting to work on putting things together. Like, how is this described? How is that, collecting data, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because eventually I want to do my Temple of Elemental Evil. I want to get that
Yep.
completely done, but I haven't got the, I guess, layman's term gumption to work on it yet. So
Okay. Yep.
I'll get there eventually.
Yep. I have one place to add in the barony of Bluemont that is actually uh, where the there's two spine castle in the world of Greyhawk. One is the spine castle we all are familiar with and know very well over in the eastern side of things here. And now I need to see if I can. There, I have an issue here on preferences. I'm going to turn off performance. I'm going to turn off GPU performance because it makes it look ugly. There we go. So there is the spine castle that we are very familiar with is the spine castle here in Bone March. But when they wrote the Marklands, they invented and created another, or Carl Sargent did, I think. He created a spine castle in Forundi as well. So I renamed that first Western Spine Castle because I wanted to diversify them. But then I went on and invented the barony of Bluemont in the area here. So then I simply said that the Western Spine Castle is in the town of Bluemont. So that's why it disappeared from the map. And now I have the barony of Erstin, that is the town of Redut, that is the redoubt, that is the main castle to protect Shendel from the north, so to speak. So that was. Hello, little Mike. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Yep. And I have my guest list for our upcoming game in when we do the Need Fest festivities in my Shieldlands campaign. So I have a bunch of guests, and I have one guest that is Sir Mylon Uvidelsvale. He's the holder of the heart and commander of Redut, and he's the Baron of Erstin. And he comes from a place called Uvilsvale, so I thought I'd add the town of Uvilsvale somewhere here. In so, and I'm going to add it over there. I'm going to add it on the right there. So first I'm going to select the right layer here, and I'm going to actually move my up on top here while I'm working on the layer stuff here. So I'm going to take that layer and I'm going to select the towns sublayer, and I'm going to add a small town symbol. There we go. And I'm going to add it at that crossroads by the river. And then I'm going to go to the layer of the labels, and I'm going to put in there we go. One of the really good features with the Illustrator is that you have character styles and you have visual styles. So once you set them, you can just change them to, so you don't have to go and do the settings manually. You can do them automatically.
Nice.
And then and I realized I misspelled it. I have a typo as always. So I need to go and put an S.
And I'm using the newest version of Blender tonight too.
Oh, okay.
It's the latest long-term stable version they've released, so it's a little bit different than what I'm used to, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's one thing, they're not getting crazy on changing thing every time they come out with a new version of their program, so it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm using that too. Just downloaded it this afternoon, so I was like, I haven't updated in a while, so let's do that.
Yep. And as always, as soon as we start streaming, my throat goes bonkers or
Of
goes.
course it does.
Yep. It's been
Uh,
okay all day,
hmm
but
And then all of a
now
sudden
it's.
it says,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
not going to.
And another thing I have to do in Illustrator, because I have so many objects in here, I have to the text needs to be outlined, so it's no longer editable
Ah,
text, because
wrong button.
otherwise it doesn't work properly when
Wrong
you export
button.
it.
Stop it. Jesus. I haven't
Okay.
done this in almost a month now, so my
Mm-hmm.
fingers don't do what I want them to.
Yep.
So it's like, grr. Just got to retrain my fingers to actually hit the right buttons.
Yeah, my computer punished me for being away for a month because it was kind of iffy to get it up and running again. I had to
Uh-oh.
up and plug in things, and then need to reset USB hubs and all sorts of stuff.
It says, okay, you had enough fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to work.
Yep. Okay, now I've done that. Let's see if there's anything that needs to be changed in the shield lens area. But I'm keen on doing heraldry for all of the baronies here. But I know it's my personal campaign, so I shouldn't force that. I should not spend too much time on doing things that are primarily for my own campaign, when I should do things that are more for everybody's consumption.
I'm doing things that are private, so.
Yeah, but you don't get paid on Patreon by people to do it, so.
True, but,
Yep.
You can have fun now and then.
Oh yes, but I've been away for a month, so now I need to compensate here and start doing it. But but
Okay.
people have been asking me for new versions of this, so
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm going to.
I see your point. I'm just giving you grief.
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't got to give you grief for a month, so yeah,
you pent
gotta
up
do it
need,
now.
and I definitely deserve it. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, don't let people know this is fun too. That's what Baron says. I agree, Baron. You gotta have some
Yep.
fun in life.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this is fun. It's just I had to take a break because
Yep.
I was telling Anna earlier before the stream that I'm kind of burned out on medieval stuff right now, so I need to take a break and do something else and just kind of refresh my brain and, you know, not that I'm not going to go back to medieval, but right now I just need a break. But I've done a lot of watching and map looking and things like that from other people and all kinds of fun stuff. So,
Yep. Okay, now I think that is it. So now I'm going to export it out, and this one is so big now because it includes Hepmonalen and stuff. So I need to export it in bits and pieces, and then assemble it in Photoshop. So I have from 4 to 9. So now I'm actually going to export it out. Export.
it is several. Okay. All right. Okay, so I got a doorway there and doorway there. Oh, I'm missing a wall. Uh-oh. Skills.
Do I have an export? Oh, I have an export folder. So
3 faces. Just cleaning up internal walls that aren't supposed to be there.
I do an export too then, because I. And the other thing, tip for Illustrator users who wants to do this, export them in Photoshop, not JPEG, because Photoshop is a non-compressed format. If you want to compress each file as you do it, it takes forever to do it. Photoshop is much better at compressing JPEGs or whatever. So make sure you do it. Photoshop, TIFF maybe work as well, because it's a non-compressed format. And then I'm going to use Artboard, and I'm going to use Artboard 4 to 9. 4 to 9. And I'm going to press export, and then I get a little dialogue thing here that says the and resolution. Illustrator usually gets a hiccup if I try 300. I'm going to try 300 just to see if it works. It didn't used to, but Illustrator is updated. And I need art optimized, not type optimized. And flat image and embed ECC profile. And we'll see if it gets... It might work or it might fail. We'll see. But if I can... This will take a few minutes, so even if it works, or it might fail right away. We'll see. It's a test. And when I said it takes forever, if you do JPEG, it takes forever. It might work, but it might take 2 days or something. So it's just crazy. This will probably take like 5 minutes to do, or something like that. So, or it might fail. We'll see.
Okay.
Oh, it seems to work. Yep.
Make another door here.
We'll see, but I should not yell.
Not celebrate yet.
Exactly. Don't celebrate yet. So we'll see. 1/4 done.
All right. So I need to make all of this.
And then we have to stitch them together using Photoshop.
Over. That was a lot narrower. That's 5 foot. No, that was about, give or take. Yeah, that was about right, give or take.
Yep.
I don't have any measurements either on this, so I'm kind of like eyeballing it. And from what I remember, and I was 8 last time I saw this house, so it was.
And here's my working on my guest list for the upcoming. Hang on a second. There we go, for the upcoming Need Fest festivities. And I love my Obsidian when I can do stuff like this. I just love it. And it's easy to do too. You just type it in, put the pictures there, link it together, and then you have it. It's awesome. Yep.
Oh, I don't want it to leave. I just want to move you. Alright, so.
Okay, we have no dropped frames, not a single one, so we're good. Yep.
And extrude on Y. Okay, so. Let's see.
And I have some other things to plan for Sunday's game to do tomorrow, so yep.
Nice. I'm going to be running a scenario for Chaz tomorrow too.
Oh,
his
cool.
next installment of his little private game he wanted me to run for him.
Awesome.
It's Delta Green, so it's a lot more. Not so much more things to remember, but it's just a lot of niggly little details that you got to catch when you go with that game. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yep. And well, I'm 75%. We'll see if we can do the last bit too.
There.
And then it will be Photoshop editing.
There. Nope, that one. Okay. There we go. All right, now I just need to connect these so I don't have any end guns that are going to cause issues.
Yeah, and I can move my down, and it seems to have worked.
And
I'm going to...
I don't need those. So we're gonna dissolve them. Where is dissolve?
Yep, we have all the files there.
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
So I'm going to close this one in Illustrator because it takes so much memory that even my computer might run out of juice.
Well, that's not good. that you're going to run out of memory on your
It
computer.
might happen when I'm having too many files open at once. So,
Ick. Um, just going to merge them.
hello, Bill, Mastercrafter. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by here. So, yep. Thank
Mhm.
you. Yep. It's good to be back again. And this is the new beta version of Photoshop. So I'm going to try it out and see. So I'm going to use photo merge instead of doing it manually. I'm going to try and do it automatically first. Sometimes it doesn't work. So we
Okay,
have
so
export to, and I'm going to take all the files, just select them like this.
that was the front of
OK,
the house.
and blend images
There we
together
go.
and press OK, and then see what happens.
I'll save. Okay,
Sometimes it
so
works, sometimes it doesn't.
porch, dining room, kitchen,
Mhm. It looked like a
entry,
fairly big house.
hallway.
Yep.
It was only about 50 feet, but
Hmm.
I'm guessing, gauging from what I
Yeah.
remember from
Do
those
do the
eight.
layout first, and then shrink it up and down until you get the
Yup, until I
size.
think it's the right
Yeah, because I think the
dimensions. Yep.
layout, at least for me, that will be the most easy thing to remember, and then the exact size. Then
Hmm.
start putting furniture in there and see
Yeah, then I'll
how
probably
that
have to
works.
tweak the heck out of it,
Hmm.
but it's
Yeah,
just stuff that I'm trying to remember how everything was done
yeah.
in the house. And yeah, because there's parts of it that were added on after the main house was built, because
Hmm.
when my parents bought it, they had to um, add on to it because they're a growing family. So,
Yeah.
um, and it was just two-story single house, and then they expanded it. So, scale X0. So I am just, like I said, my memory is pretty good on this house, but as far as dimensions, that's the hard part.
Hmm.
I did this with my school too, that no longer exists in my hometown.
Cool.
Um, Tried to lay it out in Blender one night,
Yeah.
just from my memory, and I'm like, okay, there's a staircase there.
Hmm.
That was pretty wide. There's a hallway there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my brain just started going crazy after I
Yeah.
laid it all out.
Hmm.
But it was fun. It was a challenge to go back and remember how things were laid out.
Yeah.
Um, it's been what, 30, man, almost 31 years, 32 years since I've been in high school.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow. And yes, I dated myself and I don't care.
Hmm. Yeah, we
But
old. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I'm definitely old, but it's just it's amazing what your brain can do when you really sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
How many memories you can
I
bring
think I
back
think
in.
it's good, especially when you start digging deeper. You remember things, and then you can
Hmm.
deduct that there need to be a detail because that didn't fit with that one, and then you can kind of
Yep,
you can fill in the blanks, so to speak, by digging
absolutely.
deeper into it. So yeah.
My mom and I were talking about this yesterday when we were messing around with her appointments and stuff. And I said, "You remember the yellow house, right?" She goes, "Yeah, of course I do." She said, "Well," I said, "Do you remember what it looked like?" And she goes, "Not really. I couldn't
Uh-oh.
tell you what the inside looked like anymore." And I said, "I can." And I talked her through it. I said,
Yeah.
"You'd come into the doorway and we'd have a closet on your left. You'd
Mm-hmm.
have a little closet on your right. And then there was a sink for dad to wash his hands. And then,
Mm-hmm.
on and on and on."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my God, how do you remember all that?" I said, "It's like imprinted in my memory.
See.
I can even tell you what the paneling was that we had on the walls, what it looked like."
Yeah.
So it's like, oof.
So I'm going to
So
hog
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to hog the limelight a little bit here because now I'm
No.
going to take all the layers here and I'm going to merge layers. There we go. And then I'm going to do this because now I think I got them all together, and I'm going to look at the. Oh yeah, it looks good. The export is solid. There's no when especially when you look at the text, it can be iffy at times, and also especially the symbols can be iffy, but they look good. They look much better than normally because I actually exported them in full 300 dpi just as they are done in Illustrator. So now I got a really good export. So now it's just time to fill out those little niggly bits on the side here. There's two issues to think about this, or well, that they're kind of tied together. Is that in order to fill out these extra scenes, because sometimes you want one to be pixel perfect with the previous edition if you use overlays and stuff, but since this is exported in a higher resolution, it will not match. So therefore I can skip that. I don't have to look at the other ones, so I'm just gonna simply make it a few pixels smaller and just go in here and make this cut down a little bit like that. Take away a few pixels here so I don't get any transparent pixels on the edges here. And there is more transparent pixels here, so that way I can go down here and zoom in like this. And then we go down here and simply and this is my campaign map and not the official version of the map, which means that I don't need to be that careful because this is only for my campaign, but this one will be available for everybody very soon. Hang on a second, I'm going to do this there and cut away all the empty pixels here by the edge here. A few pixels here too. Oops, now I took the whole window. That was not the...
You're not gonna let me do it. Blender is being a poo. Does not want to let me do things that I want to do. Okay, so that's there, and then
a few more pixels here that are...
I need to take that and no, I want that one. I want to do this and this, and I want to move this out of the way and
take away that little ugly bit on the left there too.
Get rid of those.
There we go.
Okay. Faces. Nope, nope, nope. One at a time.
Now it's time to save this.
And then I need to take this whole chunk right here. And that needs to be cut clean from that. I forgot there was a little tiny jog in this wall.
I don't want to search any... Oh, I hate when this happens. So...
Yeah, okay, so I want to separate you by selection. And then I want to move you back about
0.1
4 feet. Yeah, that looks about right.
So,
and
now I'm going to save it as the PSB file. There's a difference between PSD, that's a standard Photoshop format, and PSB, that's the extra large for oversized images, and since my maps are very often oversized, wildly oversized, so I'm a frequent user of the PSB format. And this one is 42,000 by 50,000 pixels, so it is big. But now I'm going to add some symbols, and I need to add some copyright info and stuff too. So I'm going to go in here in libraries. There should be my logo thingy here. There we go. So I'm going to add that one. I can make it a little bit smaller.
I think that needs to go back just a little bit further. Yep. So I want all of this.
Let's see, there should be, there we go, should be
move it back a little bit further. All right, so that's straightened out. I can get rid of let's see, that was there.
Now comes the need to reskin this a bit here. So now I need to
wrong one. That
look
one.
at that.
Faces to extrude Y and scale by 0. And then tweak them just a little hair here. Face.
No.
And extrude this.
Hang on a second. I'm going to. I think I have a style, so I'm going to open
scale X0.
Promos. That one. I think I have it here. That's the one I was looking for. I'm going to duplicate that layer, put it in the campaign map.
Okay, that went back in like that. And then there was another wall. No. Stop grabbing the other stuff. Talking to the computer, sorry. Blender has a habit of grabbing things I don't want sometimes, and it annoys me, so it's just like, grr. Okay. Let's do... We'll force it to behave. There, that's better. Okay, so now I need to get rid of this filler that I don't need, and go back to these.
That's the one I was looking for.
And there's probably a lot of different ways I could have done this, but I'm just working, like I said, everything is memory. And as I'm working on it, things are popping back into my brain going, oh yeah, that is what it was. So it's just one of those things where you just don't realize it until you get to that point. And it's like, oh, wait a minute, that was that way. Let's see, extrude Y.
I'm just going to put that one there.
Face. Temporary face on the top of the wall.
I need to have...
Okay, oops. And then I didn't need those faces, so let me back up. I don't need those two. I need to
Okay. Oh, you're
Extrude
working
Y.
on little doors and stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm laying out where the doors were from what I remember, and
Mm-hmm.
it's tricking a lot of memories that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that door. Smacked my nose on it many times when my brother would chase me. It's my older brother, middle older brother,
Yeah.
was an evil little bugger. He liked to chase me now and then. And you come whipping around the corner and you're like, bam, ouch. And then mom would get mad and she'd back then spank him until he got too big and then she'd just cuss him out. Um,
Let me get it in the right colors here. So I can put that under here.
all of these to
There we
be
go.
the same height.
Just need to
0.
put the Creative Commons and that stuff in
Map,
here somewhere.
map. Okay. Now I can do my wall. Um, nope, wrong one. That one. Face. There we go. Stop selecting what I don't want. There we go. Okay, so now this was a porch, living room, dining room, kitchen, entry, laundry room, my bedroom, mom's bedroom, hallway, bathroom, Cindy's bedroom, and then upper floor was my brother's. Okay, so that all works pretty good.
Yeah. So now I'm just gonna
Whoops, nope,
grab
wrong
this and
button.
put that at the bottom
File,
here.
save.
Put
Okay.
it
Why is my
here.
origin point messed up? Get over there. And then origin to 3D cursor and save. Okay, so there's the basic floor plan. Except I have a couple more doors to put in. Yep, I forgot a couple. I had started over here. I'm going to delete that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to grab all of this stuff and bring it over here. Back to center stage. And yeah, this is it. It's just amazing how your brain just goes, oh yeah, there was that there and that over there. And then I remember that because the other night, or the one night, I got a damn bat in my hair because we had a bat in the house for some reason.
Uh-huh.
And it
Yeah.
was just, he got caught in mom's hair and she was all panicking. And it's like, yep, I remember that. And it's funny how much you do remember when you start doing projects like this. It's like, wow. That's buried in the wall, so that wall's too thick. All right, so let's go this way, go to this.
I'm going to copy the layer style of this and
this, and this.
Paste the layer style. There we go.
And then I'm going to shove you over a little bit. And then grab you.
I'm
and
going to,
move you
oops.
over. Who's texting me? My boss. I gotta look and see what it is.
Oh, from the game store?
Yep. Do you want? What? What? Oh man. He was literally in the middle of a shootout today.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
It's tough
Yeah,
to be
he
in the
said
gaming business these days.
Yeah, he said there was a wreck in the middle of the road when he went to get change from the bank, did his errand, came back, and he said he saw a cop go down from being shot not more than 10 feet from him. Holy shit. I didn't realize all that happened in town. Sorry for the language, guys.
Uh-oh.
I was like,
Oh
wow.
dear. It's
Yeah,
tough.
my
Yep.
little town is getting to be more and more of that all the
hmm
time.
Yeah, it's good to sit indoors and do mapping.
Yeah, I'm actually tempted to move out of this town because it's getting more and more and more and more all the time, and I'm just getting one of those things where it's not scaring me, it's just frustrating me that, people
hmm
are being that way. Um, it's just I don't like this town much anymore anyway because it's getting to be too big for me. I'm a little
Yeah.
town girl. Always have been, always will be.
hmm Yeah, I live out in suburbia here, so yeah.
Yeah, I many times wish I did, but I'm almost dead center in the town, so give or take a little ways. But it's just, you know, you see and hear that kind of crap, and it's like, oh my God.
Okay, here we go. Now comes the big issue. Is it possible to export this into JPEG? I'm going to try, and I'm going to try and export it out as a JPEG. See, and then I'm going to upload it to Easy Zoom.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, Bill. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to stay home,
Yep.
paint minis, and draw maps
Yes,
and make 3Ds.
that's a good thing. You can game
Yep,
online too this day, or you can go be gaming with friends. That's
yep.
like you
Speaking
guys do.
of which, there was somebody on Flynn Geographical Society that was asking what tools you used, and
Oh,
I answered for you because
yeah.
I knew you weren't back
I
yet.
saw
And
that I commented on it. So awesome.
oh, good, good, good.
Yep,
I hadn't been on Facebook yet, so
yep. And we can say sorry, an error occurred. That happens to me quite often. So
so you tried to kill
mhm.
Facebook again.
Saved as a JPEG
Faces.
when it.
To-
What the heck?
Yep. Just seems like there's a lot more violence than there used to be in this town, and it's just like, really?
They found
Yeah, it used to be a nice,
disabled the
peaceful
G.
town.
Okay, GPU.
Oh, you
Reset
got
the
an error
font.
message?
Yep, and reset the. Okay, I've seen those things. Yep.
You're trying to kill Photoshop again, and
Yeah, I'm killing Photoshop again.
it doesn't like you.
Yeah, and I'm instead of using the beta version, I'm going to use the the the
Oh,
latest stable version instead of the beta version. So we'll see if I can. But it might still not work. So we'll see.
I'm actually contemplating building a map for Farming Simulator. I've been toying with the idea due to a friend suggesting it, but now I'm just
hmm
like, I don't want to because you have to do a lot of XML editing,
Yeah.
but I might still do it. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm one of those indecisive people that says, yeah, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to
hmm
do it. No, I'm not.
So
Um,
at least we it didn't crash. I have the PSB version,
this
so now we're
one.
going to save. Let's see here.
Okay.
What's the image
File, save.
size? The image size is 42 by
25th
50.
with fire truck without
So
tow
I'm
bag.
going to change it to pixels, and I'm going to change the big one here to 30 just to. No, I hate this damn preview because it. No,
Okay.
no. So it just crashes. Okay, let's before I do that. Okay,
File,
let's do a thing here
save.
again in JPEG and see if it works. And save. Baseline optimized. We'll see if it crashes or not.
Sorry, I'm trying to follow what he's saying here, and he's like a little bit freaked out, so he wants to chat for a second. So I
Mm-hmm.
apologize, guys. Um,
That's kind of understandable. Yep.
trying to place where he's at. Oh, so it was north of me. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Don't send. Okay. Okay. Now we know that it was it's time to resize it, because the problem is that files that are bigger than 30,000 pixels, it's bigger than the JPEG file format supports, and that's why the thing crashed.
Okay, and then there was another door, right
But Adobe doesn't tell you, Photoshop
here.
doesn't tell you that. You have to figure that out yourself.
Yeah, there was.
So now I'm going to see if we can resize this one to. First I'm going to crop it. Crop away pixels, especially here at the bottom that we don't need. So I'm going to crop it down to roughly there. And I can actually crop a few pixels there too. This will make it easier. We can crop a few on the right as well, because we don't need them either. So this is okay. But we have 0 dropped frames, not a single dropped frame in the stream. That's amazing.
Nice.
Yep. And I've been working on this for almost an hour now, so yep.
Holy crap, we've been streaming that long already?
Yep.
Wow.
So there we go.
He goes, why does this stuff always happen to me? And I said, you must just be lucky. And he goes, no, I'm cursed. I'm like, yep. Just the right time or wrong time, right place, whatever you want to say, however that saying goes.
Yep.
And then there was a break in the wall here, because there was a stairways that went upstairs right here.
Okay, now I can just go in here and adjust these down a little bit.
These.
First I'm going to take that one,
Faces.
drag it down a bit, and drag that one down a bit. There we go.
To fill in this wall.
And then save it. Oh, Lil Mike asked you what you're working on.
I am making my house from when I was a kid. Surprisingly, I can remember almost every detail about the house, down to the textures on the walls, the paint colors, everything, and where things were located. And I've always wanted to do this to see if I can recreate it faithfully.
Okay.
And then maybe if I can get it done in a decent way and make it so it's not a resource hog, I might use it in a farming simulator map that somebody is challenging me to do.
Cool. So, yep.
I mentioned it to a friend and he goes, "Oh my God, you got to do it." So, and no, driver, it was not you. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things. So this is the base floor of my house. And I think I got the height wrong, but I don't want to make it crazy tall. And I'm sure I'm going to have to do some adjusting once I get dining room tables and beds and chairs and all this stuff in here.
Yeah.
But that's the basic layout of the main house.
Okay, I made it a little bit smaller, so let's try again and export it into
the laundry room, into the living room. Okay, into the kitchen, into the dining room, into the living room, and off to the porch. This way is bathroom, Cindy's room, my room.
It will probably crash, but let's try it again, because I made it a bit smaller, so this might be enough.
Yeah, this is right. Oh, blurp.
It hasn't crashed yet, but it probably will.
No, shut down Steam. I keep getting messages on Steam.
Yep.
Exit Steam.
I haven't silenced.
I know.
I have silenced my phone.
You gotta tell me you're shutting down. You can't just shut down. There you go.
Oh, it worked. Yes.
You got it exported?
Yes,
Good,
I
good,
got
good.
it exported. Good, good.
All right,
Okay, now it's
so
time to
N-gons
go
and
in.
anything funky. Oops, got one here. And oh, should be able to go just like that. No, come on, be nice to me, Blender. Let me just do this without having to delete everything.
That was not the
Oops,
right
make sure I get the right
account.
one.
I need to go
Yes.
in here,
No.
and I'm not going to show that.
Delete edge. This edge. And oh, come on, let go of that edge. I want to delete this double edge. Delete edge.
So,
Now I want to do that.
so you can see what Linda's working on here while I'm fixing this.
I'm just doing straightening now because all my ceiling height lines are like are my door frame height lines that you got to do to get rid of N-gons are all wrong, different heights. So I'm trying to get them all the same. Z0. And I see I still have N-gons. Dang it. N-gons just means more than four corners, in case you guys are wondering. Let's see. Listening to podcasts about the battle in Gotland and the mass graves was found with large. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of history stuff about that too, and about, the Middle Ages and things,
Yeah,
and it's just amazing how we can't make things now to last as long as they did back then.
yeah.
It just blows my mind. It's like, really? Less technology and they can make
Mm-hmm.
better stuff.
Here I have choose image.
Probably get yelled at for that, but that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
Um,
Now I'm going to.
okay, let's go 3 and see through
I'm going
and
to
see if we can do it the
steal
easy
the
way.
description
Scale
of this one.
Z0. All right. Okay, now do I have the No, I won't have that on add-on because this is a new version. Let's see. Was it Archimesh? Yes, that is it. Enable the add-on. And we'll do Node Wrangler. Give me. What else? Nope,
So
it's not what I'm looking for.
now it takes a while to upload this. So yeah, Bill, that's a really cool. It's an awesome museum in the city of Visby where you can see the a lot of the artifacts and stuff from the battle. That was a really yep, yeah, it was really. A lot of it is really well preserved helmets and weapons, and there's some skulls with weapons. They're going through them and stuff. So it's really cool.
Let's see, Mesh, Archimesh.
And the city of Visby also, it's a World Heritage Site because it's one of the few cities that has an intact medieval city walls surrounding it, or at least most of the city is still surrounded with the medieval city walls.
Right for.
Yep. And now I'm uploading this, and hang on a second, this is boring, so I'm going to, Linda, you get to be on top again here. There you go.
Oh, geez.
Yep. So they can see what you're doing.
I'm going to cheat a little bit and use some of the Archimesh add-on stuff to make the walls and such. Or not the walls, but the windows.
Yeah.
UI and GX. Some of these aren't the right size, but they'll do the trick for now. And we're going to scale you down.
Easy Zoom is a service I can recommend if you have really big images and you want to host them online. They have a free account that you get 2 gigabytes, I think it is, of room for 2 gigabyte, but you can do multiple accounts. Just have one for each email, and you can host maps up to 2 gigabyte, and they can take literally images of almost any size. infinite. I think I have over 50,000 pixels across, and it works.
Let's see. G, Y. Come on, I want to move it. G, Y. Grr. Let me move
And you can
you.
also allow people to download the image.
Thank you.
So that's something I recommend using. So
Okay,
the versions of my graph map that I have hosted on EasyZoom, anyone can download them. That's a great way of getting them, so to speak. You can also get them from my website, but this might be even easier to download from here. And you can embed it. There is a code that you can embed it as an iframe in another website or in tools and stuff.
okay. Now, I need to move you out of there long enough to make the
Little
hole in
Mike
my
says that
wall.
you can change what they look like and the size and stuff.
Yep, yep. I haven't used it a lot, but I did know that. So,
Yep,
um,
good.
thank you though. And the funny thing is, little Mike is the one I taught how to use Blender, and now he's teaching me how to do stuff.
There you go. Yep.
So it's a good thing though. I have
Mm-hmm.
no problem with that. Um, let's see, delete that. I just want the window. I don't want the cut through. Mm. Okay, obviously my walls are too thick.
They look a little bit too sturdy for being a regular house.
Yeah, they do. Way too thick, actually, if
Yeah.
you look at it really carefully. So I was just, doing a quick sketch, and then now
Mm-hmm.
it's like when I'm putting the last stop, when I actually get to the point of putting stuff in, now it's like, okay, that's way too thick.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's like a foot thick and
yeah, definitely
almost.
way too thick. Or like almost 2.5 feet
Yeah.
by the time it looks done.
I'm
Which
looking at our
way's that
walls here,
window?
and the outside walls are
Say
maybe a foot and a
J.
half. Like
Mm-hmm.
15, 16 inches, somewhere around there.
Well, come on, let me move your
Yeah, now it's
thing.
processing here, and
There you go. Still too thick. All right, fine. I'll move you again.
mm-hmm. So yeah, it's good that we're getting back into the groove of streaming again. We need to see if we can plan and do something more with it than
Mm-hmm.
just stream like this. But at least we're back in the habit again. That was the important bit today. See that things
Yes.
works and it's up and running again.
Do that, and holy cow, even this whole outside wall is too far out. But yeah, I definitely want to get back into the swing of doing stuff
Mm-hmm.
again. But like I was explaining to you earlier, I just kind of burned myself out on doing medieval stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that still looks way too thick. Let's move that out just a little bit. I've never used these windows before, so I'm struggling with how to place them.
Yeah.
How the
Also,
thing
it's
is meant
special
to be.
tools with that
Yeah, they're
do
made
windows.
already made windows for you.
Ah, gotcha.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like but they're modern windows, and these aren't 1970s windows. So it's
Yeah.
like but they'll do the trick until I can figure out how the windows are actually done.
Yeah. But they come with material glass and stuff in it, so in the frame and
Mm-hmm.
all that. Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Shift Archimesh. What is a rail window? Rail window must be. Oh, that's just a double window. Okay. GX. No. Gimme. Thank you.
Yeah, it takes a while
I
to
don't
process
want
an image
that.
this big.
I just want this.
Yeah, because I think that the EasyZoom chops it up into tiny little fragments that are 256 or 512 pixels or something like that. So you can load them up bit by bit, and
Let's
therefore it
see.
doesn't overwhelm the graphics card for the end user. And
This one was
Easy Zoom is really cool
here.
because you can use them even on a phone or
Maybe.
really a low spec device, and it works. So it's a great way
All right.
if you want
So
to use or show some really large graphics for on someone
here.
on almost any type of device. Easy
Oh,
Zoom is really cool for that.
and I think there was a window on the other wall too. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, I think we're good. There we go. And view. We can do this,
No,
and
no, no. Stop it. I want
here
to
we
do
go.
this.
Yep.
Scale Y0. Stop going sideways.
It, yep. It looks good. And now since I exported at the right resolution, even the symbols exported right. Normally they're sometimes get iffy with these things, but they look good now. So yep. Perfect. I have the latest version of my campaign map up and available. That is great. That is really, really cool.
All right. So let's do that and that. Yep. Definitely have to do some work on the thickness of the walls. It'll be easier to move the outside wall though.
And then you can, with Vivaldi, you can also hide the UI, so it becomes like a window and not like a browser window. So therefore you can, and it's really, it caches and loads it really quickly, and you can use it on
Gimme,
almost any computer. So that's really
gimme. Go down to about there.
show UI again. Yep,
And
perfect. There we go. Mission 1 accomplished for today.
you're
Great.
more proactive than I am.
Yep. So now I can close that, and we can go in and let's do some working on
That. All right. Those
I
are just going to
should
be placeholders until I can actually figure out what the actual windows used to look like
yep,
because I know they were different than that.
I should have done I'll look at this first, and then I'll look at the city hall after, because we need this first, I think.
And there was one of these. Shift D, X. Oh, come on, just move, please. No, not you. I want to duplicate. Grr. Duplicate you and then move you on the X axis.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, grab the empty. Grr. I want the window, not the empty. Sometimes I tell ya. There was a big picture window there that my brothers got in major trouble for because
Mm-hmm.
they just about broke it one night because they were being doofuses.
Oh, uh-oh.
They were, mom and dad were gone, and my brothers decided they were going to get in an argument,
Mm-hmm.
and they were throwing chairs over the dining room table at each other. Yeah, they were idiots.
Yeah.
But it was one of those big picture windows that, oh my God, my dad was so furious when he found out about it.
Okay.
And of course, me being a little snot, I had to
Yep.
tell,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you don't want to know what they were doing? My brother goes, shut up. And I'm like, no, dad needs to know. You guys are being idiots.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
dad tanned their hide. Ooh, they were not happy with me. And mom
Uh-oh.
goes, and they tried to do retribution, and mom goes, nope, don't be even thinking about it. you guys were in the wrong. And it was a fairly big window. I was like, that, I think. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, they were arguing and were throwing the chairs across the table at each other.
Mm-hmm.
I very, very vividly remember it. And I'm sure if my brother heard me talking right now, he'd go, we did not. I'll go, yes, you did. Okay, that does that. Let's save it again.
Yeah, I'm going to modify here a bit. I have it this little.
Okay, so
I'm going to make the brush here a bit and
let's take
go in and
this wall in to match that one just a little bit.
I'm going to set the opacity to.
That
I'm going to start at 19% and then I'm going to start.
So
I'm
that
going to
takes
start in
that.
here.
And don't remember if there's a window here. I think there was. Yeah, I think there was. I'm going to put a 3D cursor closer to this though. So everything I spawn goes there instead of some crazy place across the wall. A rail window, I believe that was. Where did you go? Okay. Spawned me in a rail window and I don't see it. Don't know where it went to. Do it again. Archimesh. Do that. And oh, you're way down below. Come on. Yeah, pain in the butt. Get up here. All right, I need to reset my 3D cursor to this area instead of way down below. Now, where'd my window go? Way over there. All right. Get rid of the thingy. No, I don't want you. I want you back over here.
Okay. So if I set
and I need you back. I want to get you. G, Y. Oh, come on, give me. Not sure why they used an empty on these, but there's an empty. This crosshair they have here is an empty, and I don't know why they used it. Unless it was to do a Boolean, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a pain. Let's see. Parent. Clear parent and keep transform. See if I can get rid of it. Delete. Haha, I did. Oh, now it's in pieces though. All right, well, they must be openable windows, which I don't care if they are or not. So let's do this.
Okay, let's see here.
This, and we're gonna go Control J, make it 1 unit. There we go. Now it's just a simple window. Got it. Get rid of all that parenting junk on here. It's used. Parenting is used for animation stuff and grouping and things like that. So it's kind of a pain. Okay, so down quite a ways.
Okay, so I have a city color. I'm going to
there we go.
Add a little layer here that I can.
This way. It would have been right about there, I think.
Call it city sketch.
Control R, and I want to move you temporarily
Pencil.
And get rid of these guys.
2B pencil. Here we go.
Faces.
And I'm going to. That kind of works.
Face. My measurements are probably completely off, but nah, I'm not too worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out eventually. Let's go face view. Oh, wait. I've got a empty here floating. Get out of there. And actually, I'm going to use the outside of the building instead of messing up the rooms.
So now I'm going to go in and
no
add some detail to the walls and stuff here. So the where the different
and then we're gonna go here.
towers and stuff. So I add some just a little bit of detail to
pull that back in to about there. Scale by 0. All right. All right, that looks good. And then move you back out so you're nice and square so my things don't get all goofy. Change what it looks like. If you click the frame of the window and click N, you can change a bunch on the windows. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Anna, I'm working on a Keelan game for when Jay is busy and have been looking for a lot of folklore creatures. Came across a Huldra from Sweden. Neat, dryadish type creature.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Yep.
there any interesting creatures you think would be great in a game?
I think Huldras and there are various other things. Necken is a guy that plays the violin to lure people into, and then to attack them or kill them or something. So there's the Nordic mythology is full of these kind of woodland beings and stuff that are out there to lure you away and kill you or something and really be tough. So Huldras are cool. Giants, trolls, of course.
Stop
I love my trolls and I love my hags. So they are kind of always recommend a hag.
Yeah. Yeah, these are nowhere near what the windows were like, so I'm going to be changing them out once I remember and model what they were. Because they were old casement windows. They weren't the modern looking ones. So yeah, there's going to be quite a few changes I need to do. But it's just kind of laying out the whole project right now. And where did my thingy go? My thingy, where did it go?
Yeah.
I lost my dining room window. Where'd it go? Did I delete it? I must have.
Yep.
Oh well.
Now my streaming computer said, "Oh, Windows need to restart for an update and stuff."
No, not right now. Stop.
Yeah, it's like they have all these way they want to snoop on you and all sorts, but they can't figure out if you actually using the computer or not.
Aha, there. Now I made a copy of it. All right. Let's see. That was roughly centered in the room because back then architecture in America were kind of uniform in certain kinds of buildings, especially the older farmhouses.
I think back then a lot of architecture around the world was more standardized than it is today.
I think so too.
But on the other hand, today there are other things that are in some ways more standardized, but things were more expensive to produce. So it was mass produced and more similar everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a shame when you really think about it, how much stuff we've made since like medieval times, and a lot of the medieval times um had things that were better built.
Oh yeah, but it was way more expensive
Well,
to
yeah, but I'm
produce.
I'm just
Yeah.
talking the
Hmm.
actual architecture.
Oh
The way,
yeah.
look at the Parthenon. That
Hmm.
thing is what, 2,000 years old?
Yep.
Closer to three almost, and it's
Some of
still
it.
standing.
Yep.
Parts of it is.
Hmm.
And it's exposed to one of the most harshest continents in the world.
Yep.
So it's like, um, things like that. If, no offense against any builders in the audience, but damn, half of those would not even be standing anymore
Yeah.
if we
If you
did.
build for 2,000 years or more. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just they just don't know how to build stuff because it's all build it the cheapest, the quickest possible
Well,
way you
we
can.
built it to
So,
to specs these days, so they're not supposed to
hmm
last that long. So, but it
yeah.
might be overkill to build for 2,000 years.
Um,
It might be.
but
Yeah.
even then, it's just annoying when you know that that's
Hmm.
happening. It's like, really? Origin to geometry. There we go. And why are you parented to that? Get out of there. Parent, clear parent, keep transformation.
Going to paint
Get rid
these.
of you. Oh, you bugger. Get out of there. I don't want all that parenting stuff. Grr. Parent, clear, keep transformation. And then I want to be able to delete you. Fine, I'll just delete the whole blasted thing. Um,
So there we
GX.
go.
Come on, please. Let me move you. I'm like getting disjointed all of a sudden now. My brain is just like almost like shutting
Hmm.
down. It's like, okay, so select all of you, make sure I got everything on both of these, and force you to move. Oh, I got double window. Haha.
Oh, I have to switch to English keyboard here. So there we
Force.
go.
No, come on. Be nice to me, please. Get your butt back where you belong. And you all of a sudden grew really, really big.
Hmm.
No. Let's do scale Z. You're down a little bit more than that. All right, so that's, let's see, scale Z. No. Get lost, window. You're a pain in the butt. All right, now scale Z. You're being annoying. Stop that.
Hmm.
Delete you.
So
Okay, fine. Just behave yourself, window. Grr. I'm having issues here. My windows are not getting rid of the parenting thing like they wanted them to.
yeah.
Normally you can just clear the parent, keep transformation, and then it just becomes an object, but now it's being just a royal poop. So I will go without windows for now. And I'm not in the mood to fight with it tonight. Um, because it's like getting really warm in my apartment. The wind must have went down. It's like super, super toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, we only had 95 here today, so.
Only 95. Okay.
Yep. Well, this time of year it's only when it's 115,
Hmm.
then we start complaining a bit.
Right now in my apartment, it's 81 degrees.
Yep. Hello, Troy.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for stopping by.
And
Yeah.
Bill, yes, there are Roman roads that are still being used, a lot of
Hmm.
them. Um, yeah, and that's my whole thing though, is like Anna was saying, it's built on a budget and it's built on Things like that that just really annoy me. It's like, come on, guys, people have been building for thousands of years and ancient civilization is still standing. It's like, why can't we make buildings like that? You know,
To build for
coming from an
2,000 years might be a bit overkill, but
yeah, but I mean, why can't we have nice buildings like that?
we can. We have nice buildings, but they're built for
Yeah, okay.
different. Yeah, we have a lot of buildings that I think are
There,
fantastic.
I won't get into architecture debate because I think most of the modern buildings are butt ugly, but and yes, I'm being very vocal. I apologize, but I
That's
just think
okay.
they're ugly.
We can, yeah, we can have.
I just think they're ugly.
That's a matter of
Um,
opinion, so there's no hard truth when it comes
well,
to
I'm
what's, yeah.
talking office buildings and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. A lot of them are very, very ugly, especially in this area. They are like boxy, square, two
Uh-huh.
stories, and they just get really eh. Um, but in other cities, I've seen some gorgeous buildings,
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous buildings. But around here, they tend to build square, blocky buildings. I don't know why.
probably because it's cheaper. Yeah.
Cheaper and probably has to do with the winds and snow and stuff we get here too, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
But um yeah, I need to quit being quite so vocal tonight because I'm being very vocal. Um let's see. I'll deal with windows later. I'm not in the mood to fight with Archimesh tonight. Um, let's see. So that's the base floor, and then what do I got going on here? Something's weird. What do we have here? We have a dual line. That's what it is. There, that's better. File save. I see a definite turn towards Frank Lloyd Wright style building in this area
Uh-huh. And you have
with
to
the
tell.
flat roofs that extend out like he used to do and things like
Okay.
that. You see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that around here. What were you saying, Anna? I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to say you need to fill me in because I'm not really aware of what that style
Frank
is.
Lloyd Wright.
Yep.
He was from the 30s or 20s, I believe,
Uh-huh.
and it was all very blocky, big, um, almost like building blocks stacked on top of each other to make some of them.
Okay.
There's some that are really ugly, and there's some that are gorgeous buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about the motorcycle, guys. He decided he had to rev the engine just a little bit when he started it,
I
but
just heard, maybe I heard something in the background.
a
That was
little
about it.
pop, probably a couple of pops, because I think he's
Yeah.
got I dare say Harley, but I don't know if it's a Harley or not. But but yeah, the building styles up here have changed dramatically in the last 10 years. A lot of people are going to like the what I call the metal building look with a little bit of brick to them, and it's just
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
ugly. Come on, guys. Um, but at one time I was actually in school to be an architect, but
Cool. No wonder you have
I I
knowledge of stuff like that.
never finished because it was too expensive. And then my dad got sick and things changed drastically for our family. So,
Uh-oh. Yeah.
yeah, he got cancer, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
that's when it all kicked into high gear and
Mm-hmm.
everything changed, which at that time was really bad. But now that we look on in hindsight, a lot of things changed for the better. Not bad mouthing my father or anything because he was a good guy, but it's just he didn't always make the smartest decisions. So a lot of things changed when he passed that actually saved my mom now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that wouldn't have happened had he been around. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that. So,
Yep.
and like I said, I'm not bad mouthing my dad at all because he was an awesome guy. Stern, but very awesome. Let's back in a little bit. Oops, that's looks a little too thin. Let's go a little bit more than that. All right. Let's move some of these walls just a little bit so they're not quite so chunky.
So I'm just doing some quick sketching out where the different towers and
Mhm.
other parts of the battlements and stuff are here. So yeah,
Justinius, were you replying to who is Frank Lloyd Wright?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
it.
I think he was.
Yep.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to see an interesting style, his is very interesting. And when I was younger, I used to think they were ugly, but now it's like, okay, I can see the design in them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the design elements and things like that. And I can go th around here and look at some of the older churches and stuff and see all the little details. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom, look at this. And she's like, what? I'm like, look at this detail. It's cool. She's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I kind of wish I had been an architect at one point, but then it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know what my life would have entailed doing that. So I'm happy where I'm at right now. Just wrapped up the three big projects for Cobalt a couple days ago that I had before Anna left for Europe
Yeah.
and wrapped them up finally. Couple little tweaks once the artwork is done, but otherwise they're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Um, why do I have an extra line there? I got mystery lines. Oh, they're from the windows.
Oh,
Okay.
and I have some. Bup, bup, bup.
But yeah, I finished them up, so I have free to do a little bit of my own stuff for a few days,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be nice. Before Blaine said, "Hold your hat." He says we're coming with Tails stuff pretty soon, and we're going to be like,
Okay.
"Uh-oh."
Yeah. Oh, then
So
you have to lot more rules and stuff put in, not instead of modules with adventures.
I don't know if they're going to be creating a rule set for Fantasy Ground, have Smiteworks do it, or if they're
Mm-hmm.
going to be just modifying fifth edition to fit. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how it's going to work yet, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff going in there. Their version of the SRD and all that stuff needs to be put in, so I'll be a busy camper.
Yeah.
I've already started working on some of the SRD stuff because it's some of the SRD stuff is a pain when you use it in Fantasy Grounds because it is uh, locked into Wizards artwork and stuff, and you can't use Wizards artwork, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff I've had to go in and modify using Kobold's artwork.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's get this all moved at one time. We'll save it. Okay. Get all these tucked away here. This is the tedious part, doing all the cleanup and, making sure everything looks right and kind of tedious,
Yeah.
but it is necessary, just like you get tedium in your stuff.
Oh, this is very
Um,
tedious.
let's see. I
I'm
can't see
just
what I'm doing here. I need
trying to
to
do
modify
little
this
things
wall.
here that to break up the
So I want that
monotony here,
row.
so that way you
I'm
will
gonna do
look better
one.
when it. And I will add some real 3D kind of effect. This will be taken into World Machine, and I will render the buildings will pop out and stuff. This is just texture in Photoshop with
Hmm.
some fake little shading, but I will actually create a real light map and stuff in
Um,
occlusion and stuff in Illustrator or in World Machine, and it looks fantastic.
I was watching somebody make a map or a height map for use in Farm Sim,
Yeah.
and they were trying to use World Machine, and I was just kind of like shaking my head. That's not how you do it. It's like connect that knob.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
nope,
you
nope,
have
that's not how you do it.
yeah you looked at me too much now, so now
Well,
I've
it's just
spoiled
kind
you.
of you just get kind of you just chuckle because it's like I know they're trying hard, but it's
Oh
like
yeah,
nope, nope, not quite. You're getting there almost.
yeah. It took me years to get there, so I can
Oh yeah,
sympathize.
I mean,
But it is
I
it
know,
is cool when you see someone struggle sometimes, and you can
and it's not
I
being
figured it
mean or
out.
anything, but it's
No,
just like, yep, I've
yeah,
been there,
hmm,
you know.
yeah,
Not being mean at all because I know what it's like to struggle with stuff because
yeah.
I'm self-taught on 95% of the software I own. So, um, I refuse to pay for any more schooling because it's way too expensive for stuff nowadays. Plus, I find it's more exciting as a challenge to figure out how to run some of this stuff on my own.
Yeah.
All right, getting there. Let's see. I want this row. Okay. And then, why'd you get so thin? I made you that thin. That's how you got so thin. All right. Let's do this one.
Mhm.
And Anna's deep in thought because she's silent.
Yeah, I'm filling in the details. I'm trying to figure out how I want these buildings to be layouted here. There we go. Some of them are kind of obvious, but some of them are not. Far from it. Well, now I've been using my hand here for half an hour. I need to stretch a bit. Ah, using my I get
Yeah,
cramp.
I've been getting cramps in my hands too lately because I was doing a lot of gaming when you were
Hmm.
gone. Um, but it's just you get to the point after a while where it's just your hands just need a break.
Yeah,
And I've tried every kind of mouse I can think of, and I haven't been successful yet in finding one that
trackballs
doesn't hurt.
are the best as a solution if you.
Supposedly.
Yeah, yeah. I bought a trackball to have a spare just in case I get like carpal tunnel syndrome or something.
Hmm.
So I can if I really have to sit and do a lot of especially editing in Illustrator or something that or Photoshop that is very tedious and repetitive,
Hmm.
then I
Hmm.
need to. Yeah.
Yeah. I have never got to the point where I have like numbness in my hands or anything. It's just they start aching now and then from holding them so stiff.
Yeah, yeah, I get it
So,
occasionally. Right now, I got it because I've been doing a fair bit of hours, but I usually get sciatica in my leg and back.
hmm.
That's
Hmm.
the main issue I get with.
Oh, trust me, I've had sciatica. It's no
Yeah,
fun.
no, I have a little bit of it now because I've been sitting flying so much the last few days.
Hmm.
So now I've been.
You, you'll have that licked in a couple days. You'll be out walking and hiking
Oh
and doing
yeah,
all that
I
stuff.
did it yesterday, but today I had a Zoom meeting this morning. So, and now I have
Ooh,
the this in the afternoon, so that means that there will be no hiking today. But tomorrow morning I'm scheduled to hike again, so I'm
so,
going to set my alarm to like 5 o'clock or 4:45 or something and get up
anything
by.
exciting you can tell us on the Zoom call meet front? Or
No,
is it
it was politics. and
Oh, then
not
yeah.
mapping. So yep.
Not a good thing to have it on a stream. We're
Nope.
not going to talk politics.
Nope.
Nope, nope,
Exactly. We're
nope.
going to stay away from that. So it was
Yep, yep.
this morning.
All right. I
Yep.
just thought maybe you had something interesting project in the works,
No,
but
unfortunately, not that way. So
are you still working with Lord Gazumba and his Altamira stuff?
yes, yeah, it's been a hiatus a little bit, but it's going to gear up as soon as we put our campaign on hiatus in after a couple of
Nice.
more sessions, and
Mm-hmm.
then we're going to put that one to bed for a
Okay.
little while, and then I can concentrate more on project like that.
Mm-hmm. I just hadn't known if it was continuing on or if it was like on hiatus or what,
No,
so.
it's been a little bit on the on summer hiatus a bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to gear up and do it here. So yeah,
Yeah, my gaming front has been kind of on the hiatus too because
yeah.
everybody's so busy during the summer and
hmm
the DM is working like mega hours and
Yep. I think the key thing with the Altamira project is that it needs to fit into Troll Lord Games Kickstart schedule.
mm-hmm.
That I
Mm-hmm.
think is the issue. They need to fit it into. They have a it needs to fit in the slot, so we don't we need to get our own spot, so to speak, in their
Mm-hmm.
schedule. And they have so many cool projects coming out. So
Yeah, everybody does. It's
hmm
like, wow.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm going to save again here.
And
And tomorrow I'm going to put this in Obsidian, and then I'm going to start naming places, quarters, and of the city and stuff. So that's the something I'm going to sit and do tomorrow. I have a lot of ideas, but a lot of places here I need to name and stuff. And since the game is on Sunday, that means that I need to have a lot of this done by tomorrow. So that's why I'm doing the touch up here, so we can have some and not
mm-hmm.
good maps. And I need to upload it to Albert Rodeo as well on, so I have this on
Mm-hmm.
Sunday for the game.
Yep.
So, but it's been,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
apart from the
that's
little crashes in Photoshop in the export, it's actually worked really well.
okay. So that's just the idea.
hmm
What my main floor of the house used to be. This used to be like a little sun porch, like secondary entry.
Yeah.
Go into the living room,
hmm
go into the dining room here. This is the kitchen. This was like a laundry room slash root cellar entry, all that stuff in here. Back entry where Dad would come in from the pig barns and leave all of his stinky clothes and stuff in
hmm
here. Go down the hallway was the bathroom, my sister's bedroom, and then I had a bedroom that the boys had shared when they were small. And then when they were older, they moved up to the second floor.
Okay.
Good night, Justinius. Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.
But yeah, that's the main floor. And then up above, the other part of the house was, I recall it was just over this part
Uh huh.
because there was two bedrooms upstairs that were my brother's rooms. And I
Okay.
think there was just two rooms.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember, but it'll come back to me as I work on it.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
everything else has been, it's like, oh yeah, that is there. And I know what the general shape of the house was like, so
hmm
it's just that little thing trying to figure it all out. Um, so if I want to make the second floor, I want to take just portions of this and make it into the second floor.
This is amazing. We have 0 dropped frames still. Not a
Nice.
single dropped frame.
That is nice.
Yep.
If I remember right, it was just this central part that was
Yep. It's time for some more cough drops here.
um extended. Oops, not that one. That one. And then I'm gonna do these. I'll get a bunch of extra stuff I don't want here, but that's easy to
hmm
get rid of. And I believe it went up like this because the staircase went up. My brother's rooms were upstairs. So,
Mhm.
believe it was this section of the house that was the second floor. Yeah, that looks about right. Only it included this section on the top too, I think. Or was it just this section? I don't quite remember. I know you went up the stairs, curled around, and then there were two rooms here that we made into one for the boys when they were older.
Mhm.
Hmm. But I don't remember if the second part of the house, yes, it did. It went across this part too. Yeah, because this all went straight up, I think. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to remember. I'll have to do a little looking at for pictures and stuff and see if I
Yeah.
not quite remember. I remember the basic layout, but I don't remember how things fell on
Yeah.
the building of the house.
Mhm.
But I could walk you through the house detailed very, very easily, but it's not quite how the whole structure was built. I don't quite remember. I want to say it was just this section that was bigger. I'll have to ask Mom. I don't remember how that was.
Yep.
Or look for pictures. I'll have to look for pictures because I don't remember exactly how it went.
Mhm.
Um, but I remember you went upstairs and it was an L-shaped staircase, and when you got to the top, it went in and there was two bedrooms that split off. So it almost had to be over top of this part of the house. But I remember the back of the house had an add-on too. So I think it was this portion. Because I remember Mom and Dad telling that the house was built crooked in one spot because the builder who built it didn't know what he was doing. He or built the extension that they put on. He built it crooked, so it was
Yeah.
22 inches shorter in one spot than it was the other spot, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like, hmm, and then it came across here. I'll have to pick my brothers and sisters' ear faces. Can't
Mhm.
say. Pick their brains. My goodness, I need
Mhm.
to quit.
Pick the noses.
Pick their brains and noses, whatever. But yeah, I'll have to pick their brains and see if they can tell me any more details
Yep.
about it.
Mhm.
So kind of refresh my brain a little more
Yep.
because this just doesn't quite feel right. It doesn't feel like this whole part of the house had a upstairs, but maybe it did. Because Mom and Dad's bedroom wasn't very big. It was like a queen bed and they barely had room to move around it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do extrude Z. Oop, Z. Thank you. And the house kind of looked like, sort of, kind of like that. Extrude Y out to here. And then this one, extrude, whoops, not rotate, extrude X out to there. I think the dimensions are off is what my problem is because it doesn't look quite right. Yeah, something just doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
But again, it kind of does. I'm kind of remembering little bits now. Let's see, extrude X. If it went across like that, and then extrude Y went like that because it went up the stairs, up there. Yeah, this is looking more like it was. I
Mhm.
kind of remember this now. Kind of, sort of. Yeah. Yeah, that's looking better. Because I remember there was a lot of pieces that stuck out on it outside the main building,
Uh-huh.
main part of the building.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way it
The
was.
second floor was only part of the building, so
Right, right.
yeah.
And it was a one of those squarish farmhouses, not one of
Hmm.
the big what I call fat lady farmhouses, but one of the skinnier like two-story houses.
Yeah.
And then Dad and Mom added a bunch of stuff onto it.
Okay.
Um, so I think that's kind of what it looked like. And then the peak ran this way. Yeah, because there was two windows here in this wall. So the peak would have ran this way.
Yeah, and I think I've done so far. I think
So
this is good. So
let's get this
I'm going to dig into some heraldry.
move back. And I got to get back in and finish those um, shields and stuff I was doing for
Hmm.
do that and get that all finished up too. I was actually going to redo or do a different shield and make it for Midgard too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving up on Midgard. I want to do some stuff for them, but I'm
Hmm.
not giving up yet. So,
For
um,
Yundi Heraldry 3, I'm going to open this one and then see what we have. Oh yes, here we go.
merge last and merge last.
So
All
now I
right,
have some
so that's
ideas here.
kind of how the house would sit. And then the peak went up from these sides. Um, actually, let's just do that one and that one. Duplicate them. Move it up on the z-axis. Make a line. And then grab a hold of it. Can't tell which one's my line. There it is. And then we're gonna duplicate that on the x-axis.
I have these. I've done
Over to
these for the
there.
various.
And then extrude Z.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
we're
going
gonna
to I'm going to see if I can do
merge
something for
center,
Fendraland. The the
merge at
the
center.
marshland of Fendraland here, that is part of the uh, county of Crystal Reach. That's Arthur Yakatai's domain up here.
Yeah, something doesn't quite feel right here. Something's not lined up like it should be.
And we have
Hmm.
Fort Belvoir. It's the staunch defender against Molag and the Horn Society. So it should be, and it's a marshland. So something martial, warlike.
Yeah,
And
that's better.
I'm going to tie in a
It's
little
more
bit
like
with
it.
this one. So
That way. That's looking more like it.
I'm going to base it
Yeah, yeah.
slightly on this.
Delete vertices. Come on. Thought you joined already.
And
Merge
I'm going
last.
to steal something from
Merge last.
steal the shield from the crystal reach here, so and see if I can base some of it from.
Merge last. All right, now that's starting to look more like the house.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's starting to look more like it.
Okay. Yeah, you got a roof on, so no wonders.
Yeah, I think this other portion was narrower though. The bottom portion
Hmm.
wasn't quite square, the dining room, living room area, because that'd be 15, almost 20 feet. No, that wasn't that big. So let's bring this into perspective a little bit more.
So I'm going to take that shield,
We're gonna
copy
move
it,
all
bring
of
it in
this
here,
this
paste it.
way just
There
a
we go.
little bit. That'll be about
Appearance.
15 feet, give or take. Yeah, that's more like it.
Okay. Now I can start dissecting things here, so I can ungroup. Hang
And
on a second, I'm going
then
to
this chunk
I'm going to copy it.
was
Ungroup this one.
inside.
Uh-oh.
It's back a little further. I
I need
think
to...
that was in further.
Oh, that's how it
Oh, come on. Let
puts
go,
together. And then
please.
we add that one and that one. There we go.
Because that staircase went up. It was like 2 stairs, turn, then up. Okay, so I want to separate the top floor from the bottom floor because put those as 2 separate objects, or I'm going to
Yeah.
get myself all
And
confused
here
here.
we have the hand with the holding the gem. So I think I want to make use of a lot of these elements in the shield. So now let's see what we can do here.
Separate
Put
into
this
separate
one together.
objects.
There we go.
There we go. Now,
Mm-hmm.
see, this is the front of the house. This just doesn't seem quite right yet. I'm getting there, though. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how the roof would go on this bottom portion. I just don't remember how it was done.
Isn't it like just leaning up and then the top building so it goes up a little bit on the walls? That way you get slanted bottom
That's
roof
what I'm
there.
thinking, but I think
Yeah.
it went this way. It went this way in a
Oh,
tent, if I
oh,
remember
okay.
right. I think.
Uh-huh.
I have to look at a picture for that part because I know
Yeah.
there's a few pictures left of the house, but I don't remember quite how that went. But yeah, that's basically my house I grew up in.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
We had 4 kids and 2 parents, and then we had a hog barn, a shop, bunch of granaries and stuff like that, which I want to do I want to model too, but it's just I have memories of them, but I don't remember everything about it. Some of the outer
Yeah.
buildings because I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's a challenge to try and force your brain to remember this stuff. So it's like,
Yep. Now I'm see if I can find
yeah,
some.
the other roof had to go the other way. Pretty sure. Let's see, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Control 50 on the x-axis, separate you, and then do that.
And here is a site I
Why
can
are you-
recommend, Heraldic Art.
Okay,
This
those
is fantastic.
change.
Plants, fishes, reptile, birds, beast,
I want to
food,
rotate.
clothing, buildings. Here we go.
Rotate Z
Bridge, castle.
90.
It's gonna.
And then scale X
Now
down.
buildings.
Yes, something's not quite right on this building. I can't place what it is though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wall. Here we go. This is the one I want. Something like this.
Delete. We'll delete that for now. I'm going to stop right there because if I don't, I'm going to have it all messed up and then I'm going to go, oh crap, I have to rebuild it. But I know the roof went this way on this portion. I just don't know if there was a different roof that went back here, like a 3-phase roof. I just don't know about that.
Place.
Let's see, put this into place and then
Oops, this is huge.
we'll scale.
Make it a little bit smaller here. So there we go.
Scale X. No, Y. Make it a little bit bigger and shove it that way. And then I think there was another roof that went this way back here. I think. think it was a duplicate of this roof, if I remember right. Or did this roof stretch
Uh-huh.
all the way across? I don't remember. I think my dimensions are off because this is looking too square. I mean, too like low and flat square. It's looking way too low and flat
Yeah.
because I know the roof wasn't this high of a peak on this portion. So I think everything needs to be shrunk this from side to side here. I think it needs to be shrunk up some. But
Yeah.
I'll start putting cabinets and stuff in, and that'll help organize everything a little more. But that's basically the house, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little section of roof back here. I'm not sure how it went. What trouble is there's not very many pictures that are around of this house anymore. So I'm gonna have to like piece it together.
Mm-hmm.
And there was two sets of windows up here. Nothing over on this side because there's a big picture window here. There's a picture window in the living room. I remember that. Delete faces. Delete faces.
There we go.
Okay, that was a picture window there. Then there was a window in Mom and Dad's bedroom here. Wrong dimensions, I'm sure, but at least I'll have the layout.
That was the one. I need to remove the black exterior. That's the one. Now I need to make it just a little bit bigger.
Okay, there wasn't a window here, I don't believe. At least not that I remember.
Yeah.
There was a window here, because this was my bedroom, and I had a window in the bedroom. Delete faces. And then my sister had the window on the same side. Why is my wall gone? Because I didn't have a cut in the wall when I did the removal. That was really cute. Okay.
And now I'm going to do a little tricky thing here. And use the... There we go.
Extrude.
And paste
Why?
it back. This is one of the tricks I learned in Illustrator, that you can cut things that way. Okay.
I saw that Kobold was hiring a graphic designer part-time.
Yeah, I saw that too. But they required...
I just wish I knew more about like InDesign and all those, but I've never even played with them.
I played with all the tools needed, so to speak, and I freelanced for them, but I don't have all the basic education they required.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, you want a BA? Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that. I was like, no, even if I wanted to apply for it.
Yeah, well, it was a BA in graphic design. I'm like, oh my, that's a pretty hefty requirement.
Yeah.
And it said or equivalent, or
Yeah.
experience equivalent. So it's like,
I'm going to save it here just in case it crashes. So there we go.
Okay, there we go. Now I can get rid of this. What the heck? Grr, get in there where you're supposed to be. Okay, let's put a slice across there and even it out. Drop down to match up and do that. All right, there we go. Now it's starting to look a little better. I just made a window in the wrong spot. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Um, yep. It's signaling it's time for me to not try this anymore tonight because it's like, nope, you're going to be making windows in the wrong spots. You're going to be doing all this. Um, oops. Tried to record a couple videos too about some of the Blender work, and I had some old videos of when I was first starting Nargenstal that I was editing, and it was like, oh my. I had a rough start on Nargenstal.
Yeah.
Of course, it was all trial and error, so that means why it's a rough start, but oof. It was definitely a rough start. Save. And then my sister had a window in here also. Hers was over here more
Here I have an idea of the type of shield I want to use. I have the old Pharaon, I have the Kalinstan red and yellow, I have the wall for like a defensive stance, and I have the hand that I think is kind of cool. So I think I'm going to
show it.
Use this one.
We're just gonna pull. Seriously, pull that side up with it. Thank you.
And this is why my maps get old, because you realize that I just exported it and now I'm making it obsolete already, but that's life. Heraldry.
I think you're the only one that can make things obsolete in minutes.
Yep, well, an hour.
An hour, okay. One thing I would like to think about doing is learning Da Vinci, which is non-destructive modeling, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I have
barely heard of Da Vinci even.
Da Vinci's actually pretty cool. It's non-destructive modeling. It's all done like you do in World Machine, where you can change everything up until the final time when you say commit. So it sounds like it'd be really cool, but it's a lot of nitpicky little stuff to learn that I don't know if I'm ready to learn all that yet. I mean, it might be really cool, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I don't remember if I don't think there was a window in that wall for Mom and Dad's room. I think what I need to do is get some cabinets and stuff in here so I have an idea. Like kitchen cabinets, and get that in there and roughly give me an idea what these things look like so I know the scales better. But it was basically that shape. And then this just had a little lean-to roof on it that went down. So yeah, that's basically the farmhouse I grew up in.
Cool.
If you want to look at it that way.
Yeah. Awesome.
I think my dimensions are off. I know they are because it just does not quite look right.
Yeah, but you need to fix the roof at the bottom.
Yeah. Well. I need to find that couple pictures I have.
Yeah, so you know what kind of roof it is on the bottom floor as well.
Yep, I need to find those couple pictures I know exist of it.
Yeah.
I know my mom's got them in her family photo album, so I'll have to go look at those and get them scanned in so I have them as reference.
Yeah.
And then take a look at it here. Actually, I probably have them on my laptop because I have a bunch of family photos on the laptop from my mom's when she was a kid. So, but yeah, that's basically my farmhouse. I just got to play with the dimensions because things aren't quite right.
Yeah. And now when I see this, I might want to have the wall in a different... No, I'm going to...
And we're over the 2-hour mark if you're interested, Anna.
Okay. Now I'm going
See.
to test it in
Um,
black, and I'm also going to test that one in white.
Savage Baron, what do you mean? No, you don't. I have
Uh,
no idea what you're
no, it was
referring
when
to.
you said something that you something you did, and you don't you said a comment like 20 minutes ago, and that was
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't looked at chat
Yeah.
tonight. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I'm digging in the dusty disk file up here,
Yeah.
trying to remember
Mm-hmm.
what these dimensions and
The
stuff
dusty
are.
disk file. That's awesome.
Oh, it's a major dusty disk file.
Yeah. So
Um,
maybe I switch that. I'll
think
think about that one. So I'll
that's a
save it here.
15-foot bedroom, so that's actually about right though.
Mm-hmm.
Because a
Yeah.
15-foot bedroom, if you put a queen size bed in there and then have room on either side of the bed for like end tables,
Yeah.
and then have that,
That
yeah,
would
you'd
give
need
you
about,
way more. That would give you a bit more than 5 feet on each side,
yeah,
I
you'd need
think.
about a 12-foot room, give or take.
Yeah.
So I'm not far off on that.
Yeah.
I got almost 20 feet though, so I'm gonna have to shrink that down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because I remember they had a queen bed because mom took that bed to the new house when we left this farm.
Yeah.
And God, they must have had that bed for 30 years when she finally upgraded. Um, and then my bedroom had two twin beds, one here and one here,
Yeah.
that my brothers had when they were younger. And then my sister had a full-size bed because I used to take naps on it with my kitty cat.
Mm-hmm.
Then this was just a tub, toilet, and a sink. Super simple.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a little closet here that Dad would put his stinky clothes in. This would be his good farm clothes. Actually, no, his stinky clothes never came in the house. Mom made him keep those in the pig barn.
So. Yeah.
And then this was bifold doors that went
Yeah.
into the laundry room.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to save it there, and
And then kitchen had an L-shaped thing with the bar sticking out. Dining room had just a big table. And Mom had a china cut hutch here and another counter of some sort here that I think
mm-hmm.
Dad had built.
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing what you remember when you really think about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's about it for me tonight, guys. I
Yep.
think my brain is
Mm-hmm.
like it's scratching the surface going,
Yep.
okay.
And I got some work done, so
Hmm.
that's good.
Yep.
So thank you everybody who watched. I don't see
Hmm.
how many we. Yeah, we still have 6 viewers, so yay! We haven't
Nice.
alienated everybody,
Nice.
so it's great. Thank you so
Hopefully they
much.
haven't fallen asleep, but
Yep. Mm-hmm.
hopefully. But
Yep.
anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming back and
Yep.
enjoying with us. And
We'll be a bit
yeah,
more organized next week, and have a little bit
maybe.
more.
I like
Well,
the impromptu feel of these
me,
things.
me too, in a lot of sense. Yep. So just see
I
if
don't
I can
like
have more.
the ones that are like they're scripted. I like to have
Yeah.
what are you working on tonight? I have no idea, kind of
Yeah.
feeling.
I think it will
So,
be more heraldry and stuff like that next week. So a
hmm
little bit more in depth in something. There was a lot of exporting things, and that's kind of boring. But I need to show that side too, because it's a lot of stuff like that when you work on things like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to get back into doing heraldry and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, or not heraldry, making my shields and banners and
Yeah.
stuff. So I have them ready when and if you want them.
Yeah.
So you can
And
just use them or whatever.
and we can say
And
that on Sunday we will have a game on Sunday, hopefully, because it's our home game. So if people can't make it, then they're not contracted to play, so to speak. So we but the goal is for us to start assembling at 10:30, and then we will have the game up and running by 11, and
hmm
and it will be our Sheelands campaign again.
and 10:30 is Anna's time, which is
Yeah, Pacific. Yep.
Pacific time. Yep.
Yeah, Pacific. And
So,
then we have a Gabin in the afternoon that is at 4 Pacific or 7 Eastern.
hmm
So and will be Wilderness Adventures on Lord Gusumba channel. So that's
Nice.
the next upcoming streams.
Hmm.
Okay, so I wish everybody a wonderful weekend and stay cool, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.
All right. Bye, guys.
Okay,
Have a good one.
bye.